It is the day I arrived from our trip. It feels like the day after. We arrived at about 5:12, got at home about 6 o'clock, and crashed. I woke up at 11 o'clock. So it's the same day, but the day after we arrived back from a trip, and I'm going to go clean my kitchen, which I left for a week and a half in the care of others, and it's good. There are not a whole bunch of dishes for me to do. They had pizza, so I just need to take care of the last night, in fact. So I just need to take care of the pizza boxes. We have recycle, and then I'll just clean the whole thing. I'm starting with this that we didn't finish yesterday. Just I go this direction, but first I want to take care of these. The problem with this recycle bin is that it's too narrow for a lot of things. So people then just put it on top because they can't fit it in the recycle bin, and they've gathered a bunch of stuff, and I need to figure that out. We don't have to sort our recycle, and I like that, and I don't like that. Because I think what I understand it means is that a lot more of our stuff actually gets put back into the landfill, but I do what I can, and that's all we can do. I have not been very good at keeping my home for most of my life. I wasn't good at cleaning my room. I wasn't good at seeing the help that my mother needed and pitching in there. And I just wasn't very organized at all. Even though I often liked to organize like the things in my desk, it didn't always stay that way. And I have struggled with this, as I said, most of my life. I have tried systems here and there, but something had to happen inside of me before I could improve. And I think maybe going to school and working outside of the home and being in a place where I was in full control of my environment and found that I was keeping things pretty clean, that the whole area was nice, and then coming home to it not being nice was one of those things that made me want to have my home life easier, more calm, and more peaceful. So before I was going to start my history channel, which is something I am still going to be doing, I wanted to have my house clean. And as I was doing that, doing the big cleanup before I was going to embark on this other adventure, I decided that I needed to record this. I needed to vlog this. So I did, and I started my channel in fall of last year, I think about early September, and started studying all the systems and finding out what would work for me and what wouldn't work for me. And I've just been realizing also that sometimes I have a lot of energy to do things, and sometimes I don't. Some of it is my health, and some of it is about the other things that I need to do. Some of you have said that this needs to be a team effort, and I agree with you. People in the house do help more than it seems. One of my kids that would want to help me a whole lot has some health issues, and they and another one of my children both have autism also, which means they are as oblivious to helping their mother as I was to helping my mother. Even when I briefly stayed with them when we were married and I had a child, I was still oblivious to all the work that she had to do. So maybe this is a little bit of payback. Maybe this is just awareness coming on with wisdom. I'm a late bloomer, so to speak. But different family situations can be complicated. You know, there's also culture that is involved. My husband is from Russia, which would have women were well respected in their professions much earlier than in America. The first woman in space was also Russian. Then they would come home from their jobs, sometimes requiring a doctoral degree, and have to do all of the housework. You know, so there is that, and also the fact that my husband basically works 2 jobs. So, you know, we keep the balance in the way that we can keep the balance. And that is not always perfect. In a little while in this video, you will see floors that really need to be vacuumed. And other things that do not get done and other things that do not get finished that need to get done. I simply don't have the time to do everything I want to do. But as I clean up some of the things that I let go while I was working so hard outside this summer, I will be able to get to the other things, get everything back in balance and equilibrium where I can keep everything clean every day, like I had been doing just a few months ago. It has been an interesting experience, though, for me to let it go a little while, see what I kept doing and what didn't end up happening. I've been thinking about that a lot. What do I need to keep doing, and what can I let go of when I have other pressures on my time and energy? In my last video, I mentioned that I want to do sourdough and microgreens. And someone else commented, how could I think about doing that when I couldn't even get other basic things done in my kitchen? And to that I say, you're right. I am not going to start the sourdough and the microgreens, anything extra like that, until I get the big projects finished, such as my pantry. There's simply no place to do the sourdough in the kitchen. I could put it on the counter, but then it would be one more clutter thing on the counter. That's why I want a butler's pantry, where I can have some work that needs to stay and do itself on the counter. Some appliances that I want easily available on a counter, not in my kitchen, but somewhere else. I'm not even going to think about adding that into my routine, though, until I get those bigger projects done. This comes back to systems. Am I overthinking systems rather than just doing what I'm doing? Well, I think about the systems while I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I'm asking myself, what is the bottleneck? What do I have to do here? What's going to be the most efficient way for me to get everything done so that I can do the things that I am passionate about? I have always thought a lot about systems, what comes in sequence of things. Life tends to do the easier thing it is to do. For instance, water obviously goes down a path that is the lowest elevation. Gravity pulls it there. Humans tend to go on paths that are the shortest way from one point to another. So when I had planned in my system this beautiful, nice square walkways, and this is where a path will be in relation to the entrances, I noticed that I marked them out, but I never followed that path. So if I had actually laid down the stones on the original marks of that path, I would have been taking a shortcut to the path and had 2 paths. The stone one, the quote-unquote correct one, and the dirt trail to the thing. So why should I do that? I should put my stone walkway in the path that I am most likely to be treading. It's very organic, and I loved biology and have always thought about how biological systems work. Why fight against some things? And so I think about that in my homekeeping as well. What are the things that are causing friction and making something harder for me to do? Whether that be physical, emotional, organizational. Can I organize my life better to make things easier for me? Another thing I think about a lot is how I interact with the space around me, with the nature, the food I eat, the air I breathe, the cells in my body, not just my own cells, but also the microflora and fauna in my gut biome. How do all of these affect everything else? What impact am I having on the ecosystem locally, the economy locally, the ecosystem worldwide? I want to be a good steward of my body. I want to be a good steward of my home, and I want to be a good steward of my part, my impact, and my family's impact, the people in this household, on the planet. Maybe I am overthinking things. Ask anybody who knows me in real life. I can't stop thinking. Okay, now we're in my room, and I just got back yesterday. I didn't really take care of everything, so I'm going to finish taking care of everything. I actually think the first thing I want to do here is in the bathroom, though. Just clean it all up, not just from the trip. Here we are. When I got home, I saw that one of my kids has been using my tub, which they're welcome to. And so I'm just going to put all this in a box, put it in there, and they can bring it all back if they want to use that, but not on my counter. So here I have just opened up all my things and haven't put them away yet from the trip. You can see, yeah, there's my cool trip thing. So let's take care of that. I cannot wait to wear this. I don't want to open it until I do have it. Here's my earrings and my necklace. I got these in Hawaii, and they're about quilting, so that's pretty cool. I like that. I need to reorganize these. I mean, seasonal, but honestly, my jewelry needs to be decluttered. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just cleaning up right now. But pretty soon I'll put out a video where I'm decluttering my jewelry. There are a lot of things here that I never wear that have no sentimental value to me. So it's harder for me to find some of the necklaces I do wear. So I always use this to carry my jewelry. I might want to come up with something slightly better. I know. I will keep these in it, put more holes in it to keep my earrings. There we go. That's good. Let me set this aside for a minute. I also need to declutter my makeup again. I think I decluttered it off camera last fall. This is my treat for when I get all my outdoor work done. So I'll put it with my nail stuff though. I got this on a beautiful farm in Hawaii where they grow cacao and a few other things. And I've used it on my hands a little bit. I really like it. It's nice. Very lovely stuff. We were like practically out. Well, there's no practically. We were pretty much out just as we left. So. I prefer bar shampoo because it does not generate single-use waste like with plastic bottles. That was my purpling shampoo, which I did not end up using. I have tiny little sample size in my Still Enough. It'll be gone next time, but it would be nice if they could let us mix and match and sell the sample sizes in, a constant. This stays with my chip stuff. My glasses. My laser. This. That's all emergency sewing kit. I have some thread in there too. Mints, I made it in there. I did my hair, so I already put away the hair stuff before. Well, except those little things. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm going to get a garbage bag. I'll take this to recycle and this down to main cleaning fluids. Okay, let's clean this. Top to bottom. Okay, that's a toilet after we've been gone for 9 days. I'm trying to think if I cleaned it just before we left. 2 weeks. I'm not going to do a lot here. This is not a full deep clean. And now let's start a load of towels. Okay, put this in there. Also for traveling, charging. Okay, I want to wash this bed. Okay, off, sweetheart. Nope. Off. You cannot get on sheets. All right. Off. Off this way. Good girl. So I'll wash all of these right now. This bedding. And take this off. I have to shut the door to my bedroom because I don't like the dogs on the sheets. The bedding, the blanket, okay, but not the sheets. I need to sweep out my suitcases, put them away. Out. Out. Let me put it away. I need to put it away. Wow. Stubbornness. Let me put it away. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Reorganize my packing cubes. I cleaned this up really good. This is my snorkel gear. I'll put it away. One more thing, and then my reset is finished. Sputnik got scared of something while I was gone and crawled on the table, knocked this off. I'm done for now. I have lots of other things to do today, but now my bedroom is workable, clean. I can vacuum it. And my bathroom is workable, clean. None of it is perfect, and I have had it very close to perfect. I'll get it that way next time I clean this room. And my kitchen is clean and workable after a trip, after taking care of a lot of things. If you want to follow me on my journey to decluttering my house, mastering homekeeping, and talking about philosophies and stuff, because I do that. I tend to ramble sometimes. Like and subscribe for more of this. Until next week, I hope good things happen to you.